Well, hello there. This is Peter Man. What's up? From LiveWire Film Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing Paul Thomas Anderson's Phantom Thread. The film is set in the 1950s and centers in on Reynolds Woodcock and his sister Cyril, fashion designers that clothe actors, actresses, debutantes, socialites in London. He is a controlled perfectionist with women in and out of his life until he finds a new muse in Alma. With his background of being a perfectionist and everything being controlled, it is Alma that causes him to go in a whirlwind of different events in his life. The pros of this film, well, let's just say that the cast, the director, this is Paul Thomas Anderson's 8th film. It's his second collaboration with Daniel Day-Lewis. Of course, I'm talking about his first with There Will Be Blood. This film and that film, nice period pieces. The first one's a little bit more political in tackling the social climate of its day, and this one's kind of laid back. It's kind of a art house look at a fashion designer, his quirks, his mannerisms, his behavior, being a perfectionist and being always controlled. Yet he has a slew of women that come in and out of his life, but he treats these women like props. They mean something to him until they don't. And then he meets this waitress named Alma, played by Vicky Krieps. The two just go head to head and they work well off each other. There's this bit of catastrophe that happens. Alma kind of shakes up his world. Again, this is a guy that's reserved and again very controlled in his work, and his work is his muse. It's his life force. Alma just seems to complicate things. She wants to be the center of his world, and he just can't come to accept that out of a woman. I mean, this is a man that just is controlled all the time. Cast and crew, the director, they're at the top of their games, but there just seems to be a little bit of this pretentious would-be I am Oscar bait kind of thing going on with this film. Again, I like a lot of things with this film. I like the way that the film is shot. I think it was probably shot in like 70 millimeter. I don't think I saw it in that aspect, but again, I like the cinematography of this film. It's a big plus to this film. The look, the costume design is great, and that goes without saying that Paul Thomas Anderson brings just another major role in his filmography. We know what this man can do, and we know what this man is capable of doing, and that also goes with Paul Thomas Anderson. This is also one of my favorite directors. I think he's had a snag or two, definitely with his last film Inherent Vice. I really like The Master, that was his previous film before. This film kind of feels like it knows that it's good, and that's probably the biggest con to me. I think that there's just a pretentious, it's not has substance or the lack thereof, but it is long. It's criminally long. That's probably another con that I had with the film. It also delves with a little bit of dry humor. I didn't realize how funny this film was going to be. Like watching the trailer, I didn't know that this was almost like a black comedy, if you will. Even that kind of gets too familiar and just uninteresting. I would have to say that I was half and half with this film. I really liked the look here, and I really thought that the actors portraying their roles did very well. It's just something about it just didn't feel like an honest work of a masterpiece. I mean, I happen to be the biggest Paul Thomas Anderson fan, but I don't think it's one of his best films. I'm gonna go ahead and have to give this film a strong, hesitant thumbs up, if you will. I'm gonna give this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's good, but the look and feel of the film is what keeps you. It's just overly long, and I don't know why that's the case. This is Peter Man. What's up? Be sure to check out our in-depth podcast at soundcloud.com. Also, big ups on the subscribers out there. Be sure to get our numbers up. And be sure to subscribe today, and be sure to have yourself a wonderful day. This is Peter from LiveWire.